everyone, welcome back to Mafamata. If you're new here, make sure to like, make sure to subscribe. My name is Titi. Would be great if the sun wasn't out, but yeah, we move. So for today's own, I thought we do webtoons that I would probably will never read. If your fave is on here, I'm so sorry, but yeah. First one, UnOrdinary. Now, UnOrdinary is quite big. I see it quite a few times. It's always at the top. Like, it's about a kid with no powers who goes to a school for people with powers, and apparently he has a secret. And if I were to hazard a guess, it would be he has powers. Like, I'm getting very BNH vibes from this. It's long. It's really long. As about 181 chapters currently, and the art specifically is not my favorite. The art is not my fave. um but it does improve seeing the difference between like the earlier chapters and the later chapters. It's like night and day. It's honestly night and day, and I'm very willing to give artists the space to like improve and to grow in that sense, because it's hard. Art is hard. You see it always on like my whenever I give reviews of webtoons. Like, literally the first thing that I always put there, like my first thing in every single like section, is almost always going to be like the art, because it's like I don't know how to do it, y'all know how to do it, and if it's passable to me, like I'm fine with it. But like for some, I don't really like the art here improves. I saw the difference, it's there. I mean, there was even this one webtoon that I remember I was going to drop it off just because, well, with a lot of other things, like the creator really glowed up in the sense that not only did the art like get better for me, but the premise, like the plot got better as well for me. The characters got better for me as well. So like I was really about to drop it. Everything was just frustrating me, but like it got better. It was good. It was great. We love to see it, but like I don't know. This doesn't really interest me. Ordinary doesn't really interest me. Like I've tried it. I've tried maybe like 2 episodes. It's not for me personally. I couldn't get into it, so I'm just gonna leave it there. If you like it, good for you. For me, no. The second one is Illumina. I won't say if it's Lumina or Lumine or Lumine, but it's about story about a runaway werewolf, and a witch. And yeah, it's also about 112 chapters, which isn't that long. It's okay, that's fine. It has never really caught my eye, I would say. Like, I see it all the time too, but there's nothing about the blurb or nothing about the thumbnail, nothing about anything that's really like, I'm gonna read this. I'm going to read this. Nothing's really catching my eye there. So for me, I'm just not motivated to do it, especially seeing that it's long. It's not that long, but it's long in my sense. It's long in my books. But yeah, the next one is Tower of God. Now, from what I get from the blurb, is that this is about a tower of God, where you can find anything you ever want. I'm pretty sure, and they were like, oh, do you want power? Do you want money? Do you want success? They were like, yeah, okay, you'll find it all in this Tower of God. They were like, yeah, if you want anything your heart could desire, you'll probably find it inside this Tower of God. And then this guy is trying to find, I think he's trying to find his friend at the top. The main character is trying to find his friend, which is at the top of the tower. And it was actually recently made into like a Crunchyroll like anime, I believe, a Crunchyroll like series, which is great. That's honestly the dream. That is the dream for a lot of people. If you ever want to like adapt your thing, like that is fantastic. But and honestly, but like it can't be me. It can't be me. There's 476 470, nearly 500 episodes. For what? For That's honestly why I don't like a lot of things. That's honestly why I don't do a lot of things. Like how many, like the amount of uploads, it discourages me. I have not watched a lot of popular like anime just because the amount of episodes there are already. Like, I'm not going to do it. There's nothing that could make me say, yeah, let me go and watch Naruto. For what? For what? Nah, not me. Miss me with that. But yeah, next one is the God of High School. 436 episodes. 436 episodes. What are you doing with that many amounts of episodes? But it's cool. It's cool. So basically about a fighting tournament to seek out who's the best fighter among all high schools in Korea. At least they said that's how it started. I don't know whether they're going to be doing a whole tournament for like the whole 436 episodes. I don't think that makes sense. So maybe it started out that way, and then the plot sort of diverged or was made into something else. But yeah, premise doesn't really excite me, not really for me. And it's long. I'm basically exposing myself at this point. I'm exposing myself as lazy. I just can't. I'm lazy and I don't have patience for stuff like that. I honestly don't. I think I said the same thing in my webtoons that have gone on for a long time, but honestly, those did not contain up to this level. I didn't even know it was that bad. I didn't see up to all the. Some of you are doing up to 400 and something. But it's cool. It's cool. It's cool. If that's your prerogative, it's completely cool. I honestly, was it this one? I think it was this one. God of High School. I think was made into like a whole volume for itself. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'll put the correct title somewhere here. If it wasn't this one that was made into a volume, but it was like bound and made into a volume by itself, published actually. And I'm like, that's great. That's so great. I'm honestly so hyped for all these creators. Get your money, do whatever you want, adapt, do whatever. But for me personally, it's a no for me. Next one is Hardcore Leveling Warrior. Okay, so this one has 222 episodes as of today. It's about a guy who goes from like level 99 of a game you play when you fall asleep, and then he gets back to level 1. When he died, was this woman killed him. I read the first episode for this one. I read the first one because the thumbnail of it, purely because of the thumbnail for the art. Like there was this, I don't know why, but the colors just drew me in, and there were many. It was like just this blue background. I'll put it here when I said the name. When I said the name, I probably would have put the picture already. But like there was this blue background, and I was like, that's a pretty color. Let me just. So yeah, it gave me very like SAO vibes. An unpopular opinion. Don't crucify me here, but like, I don't like Sword Art Online. I just don't like Sword Art Online. But you know what? I went and I read it. I read the first episode, and I just may like it. I don't mind the art. The art is actually really cool, and like I said, I like the colors as well. And the main character seems really, really cocky. And I like when cocky characters get what's coming to them. You know what I mean? I don't know if the guy learns his lesson. I don't know, but I like it when cocky characters get what's coming to them. And the fact that this is our main character, okay. And it seems really funny too. And if you know me or you've been on this channel for some time, you know that I like humor. You know that I like anything that's funny. That's me. That's my jam. I love it so much. So I just might. I'm not really interested as of now, but like if I'm ever like at a loss for what webtoons to read, I'm like, let me just try something new. I probably go to Hardcore Leveling Warrior just because I don't know, it interested me. The next one is Eggnoid. Basically, the guy comes out of an egg. I think he starts calling the first girl he saw like mom. You know what I mean? It kind of reminds me of a duck. You know when ducks sort of imprint themselves on you. 203 episodes. It just doesn't seem like my thing. I think I tried to read it one time, maybe last year. It wasn't my thing. The next one is Days of Hana. Like I said, the blurb says it all. The blurb says it's a story of love between a werewolf boy named Haru and a human girl named Hana. And it's actually completed, so maybe I will read it just because it's finished already, so that one day when I'm like, I don't know what to review, maybe I'll just review Days of Hana. I don't know. I'm not really particularly interested in it, but maybe I just might. And 113 episodes. So relative to the others, it's not that long, but for me, it's quite long, but it's okay. Next one, last one actually, Cheese in the Trap. 301 episodes. And it's about college students. That's the only thing I could get from the blurb. Like it was saying some things, it was saying the name, saying something. I was like, nah, okay, just college students. And it is actually was made into a K-drama, which I knew. which I knew, and I was like, whoa, okay, cool, 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 cool. A friend actually called me yesterday, and she was like, Titi, I just watched this K drama, and I don't recommend you watching it, because she always wants me to get into K dramas, and I just can never do it. I tried, but I just couldn't. I don't know if you have watched any good ones, recommend me. I'm sure I've already heard of them from her, but she was like, I read this one, and I watched this one, and it was Cheese in the Trap, and I already knew it's from Webtoons, and knowing that it was adopted. But I was like, oh, okay, poor thing, sorry you didn't enjoy it, you know what I mean. But yeah, apparently also there was some drama swirling around the whole production thing between the creator and the production staff of it. Apparently they were leaning too much into like the love triangle and changing stuff up, and then the creator didn't like it, and yeah. But yeah, but that's it. I don't really have any particular interest in like reading it or watching the K drama either. But yeah, adaptations are great. I hope the end product, the creator liked it in the end. So yeah, that kind of wraps up my list. I don't know how many I've said here. Maybe at least seven. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. About 8 or 9. And yeah, this isn't to say I would never read them. Some I'm pretty resolute, I'm probably never going to read. Some, I mean, you saw me, Hardcore Loving Warrior, I probably will read that. And some of these, like even I know some webtoons, I started out saying, nah, I probably won't ever read this. Like Quest Princess Club, I was like, nah, just judging book by its cover. Quest Princess, I know it's one of my favorites. I have a review out of Quest Princess Club, as well as I cannot remember, but it's about this guy and a girl who think the other one is a ghost, and then they're living in the same apartment at the same time. But I don't even know. I dropped off that one, but I remember being like resolute, like, nah, I'm not reading this, it does not interest me. And I read it and it was actually quite interesting, but I've dropped it off now. But yeah, so that's kind of concludes my list. Make sure to like and subscribe. Go look at my playlist, you probably find something you like there. My recommendations, I have reviews out, I have character assassinations, where I pick a character that I don't like that other people seem to like. What else? I have some Edith playlists, I have problematic faves, and Girls of the Wild as well. And yeah, just enjoy your time there. And yeah, bye.